Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags over Texas. We're back out at the park. I know it's been a few weeks, but certainly some things have changed since we've been here last. In case you're wondering, yes, it is very hot outside. It's 99 degrees right now with a heat advisory, so we're gonna have to be careful. We're gonna have to try to stay cool, drink water, stay hydrated. Those are the keys to coming out here during the summer. Now we're kind of in that weird section of the year where the summer daily operation is over, but we're not quite to Fright Fest yet. So we're gonna definitely be checking out all of the things they have coming for Fright Fest. We're hoping some stuff is getting set up already so we can check it out. And if you follow us on social media, you would have saw that we found some permits that lead to at least 3 new haunted houses coming, and we're gonna point those out for you. So let's go into the park. This isn't something that you see very often. There is seemingly really nobody here today, which I'm sure a combination of going back to school and the hot weather doesn't help. But before we dive into the Fright Fest stuff or any of the other things happening at the park, I think I'm gonna try to find some food. I think I'm gonna head over to Gotham City, see if a certain chicken place is open maybe. Stopped off at Ma Hunkle's and got some bone-in Parmesan garlic wings, and it also comes with your potato wedges and a couple sweet potato wedges. Haven't been here in a while, so this is very exciting to have again. Been looking forward to it. And you'll notice that they also still have their kiosk ordering, which did work. I did use it, so I'm not sure what's going on with the mobile ordering. So those chicken wings were actually very tender and delicious. I missed it. I wish I'd come eat over here more often. It's just kind of hot over here. The fries were okay. They definitely weren't super fresh, but definitely still edible. I think since we're still in Gotham City right now, we'll just start at this end of the park and work our way up to the front. So our first haunted house location is right here behind Harley Quinn's Spinsanity in Gotham City. And you really won't notice anything different about this location probably until right up to Fright Fest. Now, on the permit that they filed for this building, it does say Hell Block 6, so we're kind of expecting Hell Block 6 to come back. We'll just have to wait and see. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on that. If you look over the fence, it looks like they've built some tent structures for their splash water parade floats. One of the parade floats is actually popping out over the top. Doesn't look like they've quite got them into those tents yet, but nice to see they're trying to take care of those, so hopefully it'll come back next year. And right next to the queue line for the Joker, we've got our first kind of hint of Fright Fest, which is this cobweb-like material on the bushes. I'm sure we'll probably be seeing a lot of this today, but this is kind of our first sight. It is worth pointing out that the Riddler Revenge is closed today, and it's closed to the point where they don't even have any staff out at the entrance kind of explaining what's going on, so hopefully that's not a bad sign. This Dippin' Dots stand isn't open, but because of Batman's birthday yesterday, they do have the limited edition Dippin' Dots. It looks like they're some kind of yellow, maybe vanilla, but just yellow colored with Oreos on top. It does say limited offer. It doesn't say anywhere when these are leaving, so hopefully they're going to be available for a while, because that's kind of cool. One thing that I haven't ridden in a while is Texas Skyscreamer, which is their 400-foot tall swing ride, and I think we're going to get on this to just take a look over the park and see what's changed, because it doesn't look like Oil Derrick is open today. So obviously I don't do on-ride POVs, number one because there's 800 channels that do that, and number two, they are kind of frowned upon by the park, and I have a good relationship with the park, so I don't want to do anything to compromise that. But I did see from up there that Aquaman Splashdown has been completely removed, so we will go over to the construction site so y'all can see. But if you want to get a really good view of it, make sure you ride Texas Skyscreamer next time you're at the park. This is kind of a hard angle, but we are up at Majestic Theatre, and you can kind of see over the top of the fence here. Aquaman's gone, every single last piece of it, and we'll get to some better views later, but we are going to kind of take a different pathway around the park. So based off the permits that we found, this building right next to Batwing in Gotham City should also return as Blackout, which is kind of the almost pitch black haunted house. As you can see, nothing has really happened to this structure, but we do expect it to come back. Before we head out of Gotham City for good, it is worth pointing out that this stand here, right by the railroad tracks, has flipped their Coke machines around, and the refill station over by the Games Midway has also flipped their Coke machines around to where you can get your own refills now if you have a souvenir cup. So we made our way through Boomtown, winded around into Tower by Superman Tower of Power, and we're right over here by Caddo Lake Barge. If you go to the left here, you have Texas Arena. Now we have confirmed that there will be 2 new haunted houses in here this year. Alien Incubator, which I think pretty much tells you what it's going to be about, and The Curse of Ra, which based off of that name sounds like it's going to be Egyptian themed. So 2 new haunted houses here in Tower this year in the Texas Arena. Very exciting stuff. Stopped off over at the Chopstick seating area because it is air conditioned. I was trying to cool down for a second. And this is here. It's like a portable kind of air conditioner type of thing. So I'll be sitting here for a minute. As we wind our way past Texas Gifts, you can see more cobweb decoration, and we can pretty much confirm that this haunted house right here, where Lone Star Theater once was, will be Art of Torture. They've even refaced the Power building back there. So Art of Torture coming here. Who knows what that's going to be about, but 3rd new haunted house for 2019, which is fantastic. Making our way past Rodeo here in the Texas section, and right in front of us is the Jersey Lily building and the Courthouse Saloon. This is actually the entrance to Piggy's Bloodshed, and even though no external work has begun, we have it on good authority that this haunted house will be returning for 2019. And since we're in Texas, I just want to point out that our Then and Now series on our website, sfotsource.com, is up. Series 6, which takes old photos and compares them to photos of today's park. We've actually have 2 things that are right next to each other, the old Casa Magnetica and this structure right here, so I highly recommend y'all go check it out. Since we're down this way already, what do you think the chances are of there being some coaster models at the Texas Giant gift shop? I think we're gonna have to go check it out. Just did a quick scan through the Texas Giant gift shop and no such luck. I don't know, I feel like if they were gonna have them, they'd be here by now, but gosh, I don't know. I do want to point out that while all of the other summer entertainment has come to a close here at Six Flags Over Texas, the Texas Justice Gunfighter Show will play through Labor Day weekend. Making our way past Crazy Horse Saloon into the Old South section, tons of cobweb decorations here on the bushes in front of the Johnson Creek Schoolhouse. Let's head into the Old South section, shall we? How could I resist not stopping at the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor and getting a scoop of Pink Thing flavored ice cream? I'm looking forward to it. It is very warm, as I've said a few times already. I think at least at some point, every time I come out to this park, I just come hang out in the Old South section because it's very peaceful and calm and laid back. I want to know in the comments below, what areas of the park do you guys hang out in when you're just trying to relax? Ice cream was super delicious. We're actually going to head through the remainder of the Old South section into France, back into USA, so we can get a closer look at Aquaman real quick. I do want to point out that over here on the side of Southern Palace, they do have something tarped off. Probably the set for Welcome to Arania's Nightmare that they haven't quite loaded in yet. It's over here in front of Southern Palace Theater. Tons of cobwebs heading into the France section here in the Old South section. And even down that way as well. Now, Southern Palace will be the home of Welcome to Arania's Nightmare for Halloween. So, kind of one of the main shows of the year. We're back in the USA section right here next to All American Cafe. You can see there was like a deck area here on the corner that is completely gone, and the basketball game next to it's completely gone. And as you can pretty much see through the scrim there, it's a big old patch of dirt where Aquaman used to be. We'll get a better angle of all of this as well. It's pretty crazy that right here in front of Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters, you can pretty much see all the way through, almost to Batman. You can see Pandemonium up there, and that's because the turnaround and everything of Aquaman is completely gone. And like I said before, you can just pretty much see all the way through this. They did try to preserve some of the trees, which is nice, but staring right over at Justice League Battle for Metropolis. I want to know when this fountain became a thing, because I haven't seen this working in a long time, but pretty awesome that it is working. It does look like one lamppost casualty took place during the demolition of Aquaman. One more final look at the Aquaman demolition site. As you can see all the way through to the Bugs Bunny Boomtown attractions, which is pretty crazy. It's just kind of hard to really point out in video how this looks, but it's completely gone. I did just use one of my skip the line passes on Justice League Battle for Metropolis. A couple of things from my experience. Number one, scored about 316,000, which is kind of average for me. Number two, there were lots of things still not working in that freaking ride since I've been in it last. And they desperately need to change projector lamps. And I don't know if y'all have been on Justice League since they redid the loading and unloading system, but yikes. Inconvenient all the way around, having to cross over everyone exiting to put your souvenir bottle away and then get back over to your ride vehicle that is slowly moving away is kind of a mess. So I guess that's just kind of the nature of how things are done, though. That Conquistador has finally reopened. I'm actually going to stop into Texas Gifts here to purchase the vintage tumbler and mug that has the old Six Flags Over Texas logo on it. So we have success. This ended up being $15.11 with my discount, and I'll have to show you guys exactly what they look like again once I get into the car, because they are all wrapped up right now. I guess now that you have this big open space of nothing right here next to Macho Nacho, why not put a beer pong-like game here, right? It is worth noting that this specialty stand is still here, so it'll be fun to see how long this stays, but it is a great idea. So as promised, here are the two cups that I picked up. The mug, which comes with a blue or red handle, and it's also that color on the inside, is $10.99, and the tumbler is $16.99. So both of these together with the Diamond Elite discount ended up being a little over $15. So pretty good deal when it comes to stuff like this. You know, I love the old school logos, you know, and I'd love to see other merchandise with this kind of stuff on it. Alright y'all, I'm back in the car. It is a hot day, but not a bad visit at all. As you can see, things are still improving on the food side of the park. I didn't wait long for food at all today, and all of the food was pretty edible. And you can see they've upgraded more of the refill places, so there's, I guess I could say there's more options for self-refillable places in the park, and that's nice because it should speed things up versus having to hand your cup to somebody and do it. Now you have the two separate soda fountain at each place, and you can have two people at the same time filling up their own cups. And as you can see, things are slowly coming together for Fright Fest. We already have our first glimpse of theming with all of the cobwebs, and you can see that we have a tent up for one of the new haunted houses, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that stuff as it comes along. And I can't really confirm scare zones yet. I have a pretty good idea of it, but I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. I'll leave that up to some other groups. If y'all have any questions about the visit, please let me know in the comments below. Any questions about the park, I'd love to answer them for you. And hopefully we'll be out here pretty soon. We kind of want to keep track of what's going on with Fright Fest, because it is definitely my favorite part of the year, and I know it's a lot of other people's favorite part of the year. As you can see, Aquaman is completely gone, and like I said before, if you get up on Texas Skyscreamer, you're going to see it all gone, and it really gives you kind of the perfect view of that construction site. Here at the end of the month, we should have our announcement for, our official announcement for what's coming in 2020, and we pretty much already kind of know, unless the park is pulling a big one on us, but I'm not so sure that they are that invested in their announcements to do that. But we'll have to wait and see and confirm what we think it might be, which is a mock power splash. Follow us on social media, head out to our main website. That's where all of our up-to-date information goes. And we also do have a Fright Fest 2019 guide going right now. It has details on the new haunted houses, and it gets updated almost daily, so you're going to want to check that out. We thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you soon.